It's really quite amazing how I walk into my little room here that's got a couple windows, and you open them up, and it's like you're a part of what's going on outside. It's a really neat feeling. I'm up on the, I guess what they would call the first floor here, the second floor for me, and it's on, 20 feet from the ground, and there's just tons of people walking by, and different languages I get to hear, and it's just an amazing thing. One of the funny things is being here in England. I mean, it's English, a language I know, and yet so many things are different. So many different words, and like I can see a sign right over here that says "Rising Bollard." I think that's the little thing in the road that pops up, so you can't drive down that road. But I'm not sure. Yesterday, one of our teachers, or tutors as they call, was talking about something that you could buy something for £2, and a couple people were like, "I had no quid. What's a quid?" And had to explain that it was a pound. I only know that because I've been here before. So it's just a really, really cool and amazing experience. And it's Wednesday of my first week. I still have 2.5 weeks to really get a feel for what the city of Oxford is all about and this part of England. So I look forward to it.
We have here, the whole is known as the University of Oxford. It doesn't have a name of its own. Please get at me if I become unintelligible, my accent. Okay? We have here a university, a separate university which in its modern development is so fully fledged, has all the personnel, has all the appurtenances, buildings and machinery and what have you, of a university which has never heard of a college system. In other words, the separate University of Oxford could do all its teaching, its research and its administrative requirement, maybe not so well, but it could do it on its own. Mm-hmm. All right? But for historical reasons, this university links up with colleges, a growing number of them. Just now, 38. Exeter is the fourth oldest of them. Each century gives a few colleges. Now, in brief, these colleges are self-governing, largely self-financing, autonomous academic corporations which choose to work with one another and with this separate, fully fledged university in what is quite officially a voluntary confederation.
All right, here we are, day 4 coming to an end. I'm exhausted. I'm going to go to sleep here shortly. It was an interesting day today. Today we had a lecture, had breakfast and stuff this morning. Came back, took a little nap after that. I was up late Skyping last night, so that was nice to take a little bit of a nap. Went to a lecture that was on warfare, modern warfare, and talked about that. It was interesting just to look at modern warfare. I'm getting a different glimpse about American involvement in Afghanistan. Before I came over here, I definitely said we need to get out. And the more I speak and hear and listen to people from around the world and these teachers that are talking about different stuff, the more I think that we need to keep a presence in that area of the world. I'm not sure that war is the way to do that, but a presence in that area of the world is a must. I think our money can be better spent doing it another way, let's say that. And then we had lunch, and right after lunch I had a walking tour of Oxford, which was really neat. We had an older woman, I believe she's German, or Switzerland or Austrian, something like that, who gave us a tour. Didn't go. I thought it was going to be over the whole city of Oxford, and actually just went around a little bit around Exeter College, and then part of Oxford University. Went in the main chapel for Oxford, and went into the chapel at the college Exeter that I'm at, and then another college, which I apologize, I can't remember the name. I have a couple of video clips I'll show right after me on this video that you can listen to her explain some of life here at Oxford. One thing I did learn was that there's Oxford University, and it is in a loose confederation with 29 or so colleges that are in the town, like I am at the College of Exeter, which is its own independent college. but agrees to work with the other colleges and Oxford to create the greater Oxford University. Just an interesting little thing. Then after that, I had to rush back, and I had my second class of the history of the Middle East. It was really interesting just to learn about the history of the Middle East. I gave a good breakdown of the relationship between the East and the West. In the East, I'm talking about the Middle East. In the West, everything from Muhammad when he was born and what his life was like to September 11th and our participation in Afghanistan. So it's a real great look into what's going on in the world, in that area of the world. I really am going to take back a good understanding of the U.S. involvement in that area. I really wish members of Congress could get their head out of their butt and listen to some of the stuff that I'm hearing and see if they can take a more educated, academic, active decision-making process instead of a reactive decision-making process where they're divided along party lines. And then after class, I had to get ready for dinner, and we had nice lasagna tonight that was pretty good. And then got to talk to my wife and my beautiful daughter. And then here I am making this tape and going to sleep. Tomorrow I don't have anything special planned. I have a lecture on if I remember right, it's on the new Prime Minister here in England and his role, his idea of changing big government to something that's more people-oriented. I'll find out more about that tomorrow. And then I have my second class in modern warfare. I was actually just doing some research on war in Rhodesia, now Zimbabwe. My teacher participated in it, and so he wants us to look at that, whether we thought give our opinion of whether we thought that it was inevitable that the majority of the people would defeat the minority of the people in this particular endeavor. And so I think yes, it obviously wasn't inevitable for all kinds of reasons. And so we'll talk about that tomorrow, see if we get what happens with that. Great day today. I mean, it really just was a blast today, except I'm exhausted. I am literally exhausted, and I need to get to bed. So I guess I will say good night.
Now, later to that one, but now I start with the women in Oxford. Look here, women can study here. I'll just run through it. It's a set piece. They can study here since 1878-9. There were 4, in the end 5 women's colleges, right? And they were allowed, they had their own tutors in there, tutoresses in there. They were also allowed to participate, plus or minus, in all the university teaching lectures and classes, seminars. But of course, they were, how does one say, humiliated then, all right? But they could participate. They were also allowed to sit the examinations for the Bachelor of Arts degree, then, even more than now, the basis for all professional careers, with or without further development. All right? But they were not allowed to carry the degree, because that would have enabled them to get, how does one say, to shape a career for them, back into the kitchen with you. In Oxford, no, that's my words, but that was basically what they did. Now, I should mention here, if a woman was very rich, she could go to Dublin, to Trinity College Dublin, which is a university, and they agreed, they acknowledged, recognized as valid the Oxford Bachelor of Arts, and then if they paid a sum of money, they would then be given the Dublin Trinity College University Bachelor in the name of Oxford.